So welcome to this week's episode of Leadership Soundbites. I'm running and I think I tripped over my tongue.
We need a moment of calm.
Okay, yeah, let's just have meditation for a moment. So what this week's episode is not on the power of meditation. It's on the power of beliefs. And so I'm going to kick us off with a quote. Beliefs have the power to create and the power to destroy. And so, I think we've all said it before or heard it before, that it's like, if you believe it to be true, it can be true, right? And if you believe it to not to be true, then it's not going to be true. It's not like you've got a possibility of even succeeding at something unless for some reason you believe it's possible, right? And so with this one, and it's so funny what it immediately brought me back to, you remember the results pyramid from Partners in Leadership, etc. So for those of you who don't know, and I love the results pyramid because for me, it's root cause analysis for people. Yep. So here's the pyramid, right? And there's 4 tiers to it. At the very top are the results that we're currently getting, the outcomes, if you will. The next level down, we get those results because of actions that we currently take. Mm-hmm. We take those actions because of beliefs that we hold, right? And we hold those beliefs because of experiences that we've had. And so when I think of the power of beliefs have the ability to shape your culture, to help us succeed in experiments, change, whatever it may be. And to the reverse of that, to destroy it. So anyway, that's what's on my mind about this. I mean, there's a lot in this one.
There really is. And I think offline you mentioned something about it being the ignition, and it's true. And that ignition can be towards a detrimental or negative space, or it can be towards the positive and possibility space. And so to me, that the power is just being aware of your beliefs and how it is shaping some interaction that you're having as a leader, or even in your personal life. Because if it's not getting you what you want, those results or outcomes, then you need to ask yourself, what do I need to believe differently? What would I need to believe now in order to get a different result? And how might I start creating those different experiences? But for me, it really is that it's that jumping point and being aware of how your beliefs are shaping your situations, your interactions.
Well, and we talk about the launch pad, right? It's like the ignition switch for the launch pad is another quote that we ran across. It's like, how likely are you to even start to attempt something that you hadn't done before if you believe that it could not be done?
Yeah.
You're not going to even try it. So if you at least believe there's a possibility, or just because no one else has done it before, or someone else did it before, and maybe I don't think I can do it. I think that belief that it's possible is going to move us forward versus being, anchored in the past or status quo or wherever we're currently sitting. And I think that's the primary thing, is how do you wrap your brain around that?
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I don't even know how else to say it. I'm speechless because
wow. I got you speechless. Can we have a moment, please?
Yeah. There's just, again, I go back to the awareness piece, is that when you understand where your beliefs are coming from, you can start to question how you might change them, or if they're serving you, great, continue with those beliefs. But that power of understanding where they came from is can be very moving and help with development from a leadership perspective.
Yeah,
we tell ourselves a lot of stories.
Yeah, we're good
because of our experiences, and sometimes those experiences aren't like relevant to or have the truth in this situation that you're in right now, but because our brains are wired to bring those things up and to connect dots sometimes that shouldn't be connected, you know.
Well, and some of the experiences are childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And we're bringing that stuff forward, and we might not even be aware of it, right? And
Yeah.
so I totally agree with you on what we've been saying, and I'm going to say yes and.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the and part of it is to understand from our team's perspective what beliefs they're holding.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of times, and I'm going to go to change management, right, as we navigate people through AdCar, because you mentioned change, is that we could at times label people as their resistors, would have some judgment around it, whatever it may be. But I think it's important as a leader to put ourselves in a position that we can actually understand what's holding people back.
Yeah.
And there's fear most likely involved, but a lot of that fear can come from beliefs that they hold. And it could be from prior experiences. Example being, you know, let's just say, and I'm making this crap up, okay? The last time that I worked for an organization, they did this kind of, you know, automated improvement change and stuff. Everyone got laid off. So now I'm holding this belief, and I'm going to resist whatever changes are coming in place because I had a really bad experience from before. So it's important for us as leaders to understand what dialogue, what narrative, what beliefs are people on our team holding, and not judge them, right? Label them as resistor or whatever else, so that we can actually start doing something about it.
Right. That's right.
So that was the and. That was the and part. Yes.
It's a great and to add.
Yeah, that was that. I mean, there's a lot there. This is not, and I think part of it too, Roko, is questioning our assumptions, because beliefs are just an opinion, a perspective. They're not fact. And a lot of times we're so closely connected to them that we're acting as if they're fact.
Yes.
And they're not.
And they're not. Or they were at some time, but they may not be the fact today in this situation, right? Because again, it's pulling from those previous experiences or those biases that you might have developed over years. And so it's important for us to question them. And again, I think it's when you're in a situation, being aware of, is this serving me or is this not serving me?
Mhm.
And if it's not serving me, then what can I do, or what can I think? How can I think differently about this situation?
So I want one clarification, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I heard you say is beliefs could be fact or they could not be fact because they're grounded. Beliefs are not fact. Here's the clarification, and here's where I'm going to say, and we're probably
butt heads on this one.
So, and here's the distinction I want to make, right? Beliefs are a perception that we have about something that I'm going to use a word to describe the word, which is a terrible thing to do. But it is our perception about events that took place or possibly could take place, okay? So it literally is our interpretation of things that took place, facts, if you will. So beliefs can be grounded or not grounded in fact or experiences, but beliefs are beliefs. So they're not facts in and of themselves, because it's our interpretation and perception of facts. So I just apparently had a lot of passion around clarifying that.
You did have a lot of passion around it. And I would typically argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you today, because I think regardless of whether you believe it's facts or whether they're a perception of the facts, the idea is you have some formed opinion about some situation that you may believe it's the truth or the fact in the situation. And that's the power in it, is once you're aware of your thoughts around something or someone, you have the ability to then either shift it or continue it, depending on what you want the outcome to be. And as leaders, I think it's really important for us to be aware of our beliefs and to question them, because we don't always know the truth in the situation, or that perception that we have may not be a perception that will help develop others or
Mhm.
develop ourselves.
Yeah, won't move us forward. Thank
Yeah.
you. So, this is a fun one.
It was.
And so question, what do you want people to walk away with?
I think I've said it throughout. It's have an awareness of what your beliefs are. So that when and others' beliefs, right? So it's not just about you, but it's about others, especially if you're in a leadership position.
Mhm.
Dive into what experiences created those beliefs so that you can either, again, help to shift or continue.
Yeah. I'm going to say yes, and because awareness was where mine was too. And I think the other part of it is have an awareness that we lie to ourselves, that we make assumptions, that this thing that you may ground yourself with such certainty that you believe to be true, fact, if you will, question it and surface and realize that that's not necessarily the case, because the ability to shift it means that there's some open mind that it possibly could be something else. And I think that's the thing is, so if you're really digging in, like I was digging in with the fact that beliefs are not facts.
Yeah. Take a deep breath.
Turn that rock over, right? And say, okay, what do I actually know with certainty? So that would be it. I appreciate this time. So thank you very much. This has been The Power of Beliefs with RokoM and Michele. And until next time, please like, share, subscribe. Topics are more than welcome. I love it when we get those. And so thank you.
Thank you.